Hello and welcome to the Movie Rubric. This is going to be, we're calling it our episode 0. It is an introduction to us and this podcast. I am Timothy McDaniel.
Cole Wright.
And I'm Josh Glass.
And we're sitting here in this room I call the dungeon. And this is, I wish I could say it was our first podcast. I think I make the joke in the Wakanda Forever episode. But this is our second take of the podcast. And so far, I think we're doing better.
I feel like we are.
Yeah. Cole, how do you think we're doing on this one compared to our first one?
I mean, you don't have to do much.
Had to show up. Yeah. So, hey, we want to give you a little bit about ourselves, a little bit of background, some likes and dislikes, hobbies, and then mainly we just kind of want to talk about what this podcast is so you can decide if it's right for you before you commit to, our first episode. So, first off, like I said, my name is Timothy McDaniel. I am a high school music teacher. It's kind of why I was inspired to do a rubric-based approach to reviewing movies. I love board games. I love PC gaming, just gaming in general. And I love going to the movie theaters. I think going to the movie theaters is one of the greatest pastimes that you can do, over here, like especially like in the US where we live and in our area where we have like some nice movie theaters. I definitely count my blessings with that.
Cole Wright, musician. I like sports. I'm a big basketball fan.
Who's your favorite team?
Los Angeles Lakers. Don't talk about it. We're a flipping joke right now. But yeah, as a whole, there's really not much to me. Dislikes. I don't know.
You don't have any dislikes, yeah.
I mean,
it's a good life.
I kind of want to say anime just to tick Tyler off.
All right, I guess I should add that to my likes. Yeah, I'm a weeb. Okay, I'm a weeb. I like anime.
I don't see the appeal. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon.
I hate to tell you, Colt.
That's
those are anime.
Well,
yeah,
they're the good anime. The other ones
Josh, how about you?
Attack on Titan nonsense.
Attack on Titan. Okay, hold on. Are we going to get to a fight on episode 0? No. Well, we'll come back to that.
Oh, boy.
Maybe we'll review Attack on Titan. Josh, me and you will do a 2-man special when the last season.
Invite me. I'm just going to rip it apart.
Okay. Yeah. So my name's Josh. I enjoy music. I play music. I think we all play music.
I was gonna say it. I'll go and say it now. We are, we're in a band.
Yeah.
Right. And that's actually kind of how most of us met. I'd say that's how you and I got close, is because of our band.
I got close to both of you.
Yeah.
Play music.
Cole and I met in pre-K, and I mean, you and I went to the same church, but like we didn't really get close until we started our band. So yeah, we do have a band. I'm not going to promote them here, but yeah, that is something we all enjoy. We're all musicians.
Yeah. As far as hobbies go, playing music, audio gear, tech stuff, playing video games. Yeah, pretty simple guy.
Yeah. Anything you think the audience needs to know about you? I was actually gonna say I'm a huge weeb. That was actually gonna be what I added in there, and then Cole kind of outed me before I had the chance to.
Yeah, I had to call it like it was. So you got to bring to people the truth. We're not holding back around here.
The only thing I think people should know about me, and you'll figure this out later, is I'm doing a movie review podcast, but I have not watched a ton of movies. Actually, I hadn't even watched all of the Star Wars until, was it last year? Did we watch them all? Or was
we
it
started watching
this
them this year.
Okay, so this year was the first year I actually watched all of the original Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I kind of like that, though, that you haven't seen a ton of movies, because it brings you in with a fresher, more like direct approach. Sometimes I watch a movie and it's like, okay, I've seen this 20 times. But for you, it's like, oh, that's the first time I've seen this. So you kind of, it's different.
Movies. I just didn't really ever go see movies. So.
Before we go to Cole, I got to ask, out of the 7 Star Wars movies we watched, which one was your favorite?
Probably Rogue One.
It's the best choice. That was the correct answer.
It's really good.
Yeah. Rogue One is my favorite. Cole, anything you think they need to know about you? You didn't add in there?
I mean, I didn't. There's really not much to me. I mean,
you collect guitars, and I think that is.
I do that.
I think that's awesome. What guitar did you just buy?
I bought Steve Vai Ibanez Jim Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So
pretty sexy looking guitar.
It's pretty
it
sexy
really
looking.
is.
I gotta adjust the action on it.
I love that there's a handle built into it. That's my favorite part of that guitar.
Just a carrying handle.
Yeah.
Just walk around with it.
You don't even need a case. Just take the strings off and
carry them. Gave quite the sales pitch
when he performed
for
on
a
it.
2-hour-long concert on it. Yeah.
Yeah. We talk about it in the first episode, but yeah, we went and saw Steve Vai shortly before recording our first episode. So, we're going to see Corey Wong in February. We love going to concerts, and Victor Wooten. So yeah, we're definitely inundated in like that performance life. So, hey, I'm going to answer a couple questions here. I'm going to pass them around to Josh, pass them around to Cole. These are questions that I've been asked by family, friends, my wife, my coworkers, just kind of some common questions, and maybe they'll help explain. And the first one is, why are you doing a podcast? Great question. There are three main reasons personally I like doing a podcast. First answer is, I think it's good to put stuff out there. I'm a music teacher. I'm constantly telling my students, create, put stuff out there, publish stuff. I think there's this idea that you have to have a large following before you make the podcast. That's not how it works. And I'm not expecting a large following. I'm doing this, for fun. I think just putting stuff out there is awesome. And I want to set that example for my students. Podcasts helped me through college. The long drives to and from where I was going to school. I was driving an hour there, an hour back, and podcasts, I felt like I had a friend sitting with me in the car, and I hope that we can be that for someone else. And then the last and most simple reason, I've had fun.
Yeah.
This is our 4th episode we've recorded, this 0 one here.
Yeah, the 4th episode, but it's the first one that's...
Yeah, really. We're doing it.
Yeah, wrap your mind around that.
We're doing the Star Wars approach, 2 episodes.
We're going backwards.
Yeah, but I've had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I love going to movies, and this gives me an excuse to go to the movies with my friends, go get food before or afterwards, and then sit down with them, have a drink, and talk about it. And I think that that's fun. So that's the reason. Josh, I'm gonna toss that next question to you there.
So how many episodes do we expect to upload each month? I think right off the bat, we're going to shoot for around 2 a month. We all work full time, have pretty busy schedules outside of this. And I think that gives us a pretty good amount of content, but doesn't inundate our lives with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Cole, you want to take that third one?
Yeah. So the kind of movies we're going to be reviewing, mostly modern ones. We're just going to kind of aim for like what's coming out. And if there's a slow period, if there comes a time which all they do it, they have their points in the year, movie theater as well, where it's like there's not really anything good coming out. We may do some classic movie reviews. We'll just kind of play it by ear and see how it goes on that, though.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. So we have a movie group that watches a movie every Sunday. I think it would be cool to kind of dig through some of the best of those, pulls out.
I mean, we know what the best one is already. It's Rock and Roll.
I thought you were going to say The Room.
I mean,
either
Josh,
way, I was going to have to debate you hardcore.
I mean, I don't see a difference either way. The Room, Rock and Roll, those are S tier movies.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure the top rated movie on our movie night group is The Muppets.
Yeah, The
So-
Muppets
Hey,
2011.
we have an eclectic taste in that.
Yeah,
group of
keep in
people.
mind, I think for the people at home, keep in mind that Lord of the Rings is on there. We got Spider-Man 2002 is on there. We got then Shrek. So all these, apparently according to our group, Muppets 2011 is the best movie.
A 9 out of 10 too.
9.9 out of 10.
It really is a great movie.
It is, but I'm starting to question. I gave it a 10 and I'm still questioning. Like,
I gave it a 10 too.
How did it sucker me in?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, and then this is a good one. This is the reason we wanted to do this episode. This is the real reason. What is the movie rubric? Whenever I watch a movie, and most people watch a movie, especially if you're trying to give it a score, whether you're like IGN reviewing a movie or some critic on Rotten Tomatoes, we assign it a score, and we tend to do that comparatively. We watch something and we say, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 based on how I feel about it in that moment. But I think a lot of people don't go into it with a objective way to score a movie each and every time. I find myself at our movie nights, I struggled to give Muppets a 10. I did, but I almost didn't want to because one of my favorite movies is Return of the King. And I was like, do I love this movie as much as Return of the King? I can't give it a 10 because Return of the King's my 10. But that's not fair. The Muppets, in my opinion, is a 10 in and of its own right. So I thought, okay, what if I'm going through school to be an educator. I thought, what if we had an objective rubric, something teachers use all the time to grade stuff, and we use that to grade movies based on whether they're a comedy, based on whether they're a thriller, based on whether they're action. So that's where this idea came from. We have 5 main categories. We have plot, we have characters, we have direction, we have continuity, and then we have overall enjoyment. And I think it's cool because enjoyment can be completely different from how you felt the rest of the movie was. My wife scored the menu a little poorly, didn't like the movie, but she agreed that the direction, the characters, the acting, everything was great. So I think it's important to have that separation.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Josh, you want to take the last question here?
Yeah. So how can you support the Movie Rubric podcast? Simply, we just ask you to just listen to it. And if you happen to enjoy it and you want to, share it with your friends so other people can enjoy it too. We are not out to make money. Like I said, we are all full-time employees at different places, so we don't need your money. But just listen to it and let us know what you think.
Absolutely. And then my last question, this one's for everyone. I'll go first because I think I had a little bit more time to prepare for this. What are our top movies, our top favorite movies? I put top 3. If you don't have a third one, that's okay. I said it earlier. Return of the King, Lord of the Rings. I get goosebumps every single time I watch that movie. The soundtrack, the direction, it's beautiful. Return of the King, and then afterwards are 2 kind of weirder ones. Jojo Rabbit. That's a 10.
It was a good movie.
That's a 10 for me. And then my other 10, just because I love the movie so much, is Parasite.
Another good one.
It was a good one as well.
Yes. So those are probably my top 3 movies, all for different reasons. They're very different genres. But those are my top 3.
Okay, so I'm going to go a different route with this. I kind of have 3 categories here. It's like I got all-time favorite movie, I got my nostalgia pick, and I also have a movie that I just like it, even though it's not necessarily a great film, where it's just kind of like, it's whatever. Like, I don't know why I enjoy this movie, I just do. So
I have a feeling I know what it is, but continue.
I don't think you do.
Okay.
He's going to throw us a curveball.
I am. So I'm going to go with my all-time favorite movie, and that's School of Rock.
Okay.
Fantastic movie. I could watch that movie 100 times and just, I would be, I laugh every time at just the humor in it.
Did that movie make you want to become a teacher?
No, it made me want to play guitar, but it's
fair.
No. Okay, so for my nostalgia pick, I mean, movie I still love, even though it's not aged particularly well, is better than the dang sequel that came out a couple years ago, is Space Jam.
Okay.
The first Space Jam, not LeBron Space Jam, the MJ one. I just enjoy. I think that one is what it's supposed to be. I mean, like, the sequel was ambitious, but it doesn't need to be ambitious. It's Space Jam. It's a simple premise.
It is weird to think of Space Jam as being an ambitious movie. You're not wrong.
It's like why would you try to do more? Like, you tried, but and then so I'm kind of torn because of just seeing Steve Vai recently. I mean, I really like, I want to say Crossroads here, because Crossroads is another great movie I like. But I'm going to say Ready to Rumble is my kind of like off the wall pick. It's
I don't know that I've heard of that.
It's a wrestling movie. It's WCW in its dying days trying to make a movie to kind of just help them along in their company, but it's has David Arquette in it, has a bunch of WCW guys in it, and it's just a stupid comedy. Pretty much take Dumb and Dumber and put them with wrestlers.
I've not actually seen either of your third choices there.
Crossroads is great because it has Ralph Macchio, plays guitar, and he guitar battles Steve Vai at the end of the movie.
Okay.
That's just a great movie in general. And then Ready to Rumble is just a dumb comedy that's, I don't know, I just enjoy it.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of those. So, okay, cool.
So I've been sitting here while you guys are talking, trying to figure out a third one. I had 2 pretty easily. I can't seem to think of a third one. First is probably Dumb and Dumber. It's a hilarious comedy. I could watch it back to back and laugh through the whole thing. And I think that really speaks to a testament of the comedy writing and acting. And then my second one is 1917.
Okay. It's a good one.
It's shot beautifully. It got awarded appropriately. It's just an overall really, really good movie.
It is a very good movie.
But yeah, I really can't. I'm having a hard time coming up with a third one.
Okay. Hey, if you don't got a third one, that's okay.
No,
if you think.
No, I want to sit here and just stare at Josh while he thinks of a third one.
You know, we just recorded episode, like 2.5 or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
Our Marvel tier list. And it may be influencing my decision a little bit. But I would say if I had to give a third top movie, it would probably be No Way Home.
No Way Home? That's a solid choice.
That's my boy right there.
Yeah. That really is a solid choice. Well, okay. Hey, that hopefully gives you, the audio listener, a little bit of an example, what kind of movies we're into. Maybe if they align with yours in some way, shape, or form, maybe it'll make you want to listen to us. Our next episode, if you were to go to the next episode after this, we reviewed Wakanda Forever. It was actually the first episode we recorded. We're still kind of adjusting the format. We might adjust the rubric, the pacing. We figured out some EQ issues after that first episode. I'm figuring out the editing. We are definitely learning as we go. So we appreciate feedback. What I'm probably going to do is just post a form link on the Spotify. So, if you really want to tell us how bad we are, I'm giving you an outlet to do it. Like I said at the end of Wakanda Forever, your hatred fuels me.
Yes.
We are going to have 2 more episodes that should be up as well. The menu and our Marvel movie tier list. We just recorded the Marvel movie one. So everything should
Definitely
sound pretty
some hot
similar.
takes in the Marvel movie tier list.
There's-
More hot takes than I was expecting. I'll say
Yes.
that. Hey, and if you are enjoying listening to those, stay tuned. We're gonna go see Violent Night here very soon when it releases, and we'll have movie rubric up for it, and then as well as Megan early next year, and then a few others we got planned. So
I can't wait for Megan.
Yeah.
I'm
wait.
so pumped for
I'm
Megan.
so excited.
I can't
It'll be
wait to
great.
see like her, but with like a murdering Fortnite dancing child robot.
Dancing down the hallway as she's coming to murder you.
I'm so
It's gonna
excited
be
for that
great.
movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what that says about us,
What's wrong with us?
but I'm very pumped. So hey, if that sounds like the podcast for you, go check out our next 3 episodes, and thank you for listening. Have a good night.